So there's Ed. I've already told you guys about these deals, so I'm probably not going to say much, but just a little history again. I went straight from a 3-family to 104 units, and you do not need to start at 3-family, because, and I'm going to tell you something, if you know commercial investors, if you know, they almost never start at 3 families or 2 families or 1 family, okay? And so one little thing about this, I went to 6 lenders to try to get a mortgage on that 3-family. 6. I went to one broker who you're going to meet tomorrow, who does all of my deals and has done it forever. By the way, some of you have seen him at Dave Lindahl's. He got to Dave through me. Okay, so don't you think I stole him from Dave, all right? Dave, and by the way, just so you all know, Dave is one of my best friends. He's still one of my best friends. He's blessed what I'm doing wholeheartedly. He has me on his stage regularly. Some of you saw me on his last stage in Phoenix, so just so that you know, Dave and I are great friends. So he doesn't see me as a competing force in his life, which is a good thing. It is a life of abundance. Many of you have also expressed to me, well, isn't there too much competition out there? I'm here to tell you there is not. You know what was the most eye-opening experience for me? I was flying, or one of the eye-opening experiences for me. I'm flying over, going somewhere, per usual, flying over, and I looked down, and I saw all of these commercial buildings, all of these houses, and I was like, wow, there is so much to choose from, and there's so much opportunity out there. So do not worry about competition. Competition is something to, don't worry about it. All right, and by the way, in the end, because Dave and I are such good friends, we've always fed into each other. I've helped him so much, and he's helped me so much. And that bond will never, but I just thought that would be an important thing to say. All right, so went to one mortgage broker, and I had 3 lenders begging to do the $3.4 million deal. And I could not borrow that $35,000 to save my life. And it was worth $65,000. So it was only like a 50% loan to value. Do you know what I ended up doing? You want to hear a creative strategy? Okay, yes? Yes or yes? Yes. Okay, so I go into the bank, and I'm like, okay, you won't give me a loan on this. And I look up, this is like I'm going months on this, like 8 months. And I look up and I see this sign, and it says HELOCs. No money down, 6% or 5%. HELOC is a HELOC, and it's a home equity line of credit. And then it said second mortgages underneath it. So I went up to the guy and I said, hey, I have an idea. You told me you won't do this loan because you say it's too low of an amount. Well, what do you do your seconds for? How much? Well, we'll do a second for like $10,000 and up. Oh, you will? Well, why don't you put a second on my property, and then you'll finance it that way. He goes, it can't. It's not a second, it's a first. I'm like, yeah, now you're even in better position. Why would you not do that? Give me a break. If you want, I'll put a $10 loan on my own house, and then you can put a second on it if it'll make you feel better. Give me a break. Doesn't it make any sense? So he had to go and have it approved. He went to he's like, do you think this is okay since it's not really a second, it's really a first? He had to go all the way up to the top, and then he had to go to corporate. It's like, are you kidding me? You're in better, do you not understand what I'm saying here? You're in better position you want a second? Unbelievable. So that's what I did for that deal. And it took 6 banks to figure it out, and about 5 mortgage brokers. So, kind of funny. And what was great about it is when you do a second or a HELOC, you don't have to pay for the appraisal. You don't have any closing costs. You don't have anything. It was a win-win. It was a win for the bank, even though they didn't know it. But yeah, so that's so don't be afraid of the big numbers. So the techniques that I'm going to be discussing, these refer to apartments, mobile home parks, which are fantastic investments, self-storage, assisted living, office, retail, residential, etc., 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 etc. So regardless of what you want to do, all of these techniques apply. And we are going to go really in depth with analyzing deals as well, so that you really get a strong sense and you can really understand what a great deal is. So 5 steps to doing a deal. It's this easy. Attract the deals. Analyze the deals. Construct your offer. It's still not in the book, but the next page is. Oh, it is? Oh, okay. Oh, good. Oh, there we go. Page 9. Have an exit strategy. Understand what your exit strategy is. You need to know what you're doing before you start doing it. And the reason why you want to determine an exit strategy, too, is that's your safety. That's your parachute. That makes it so you know that you're going to hit it, you know. And if you buy based on cash flow, you always have the exit strategy of selling it pretty much at any time. And I'm going to tell you something. Rents are not really going down. They continue to either stay the same or go up. So you're going to be safe there. And if you lock in at a great rate, you got 10 years. And remember, most of these loans are self-liquidating, which means after 10 years, you're getting close to you've paid down quite a bit of that mortgage. So now you're coming in, and if you refinance it, and you're not going to have trouble refinancing a property that cash flows. You have trouble refinancing a property when it doesn't cash flow. That's when you get into trouble. So if you buy based on cash flow, you're safe. And income producing properties. Now I have rules. Actually, I'm going to go through some of my rules because it might help you. I have absolute rules that I won't follow it. Like for instance, I don't build on land. I don't develop. Someone asked me if I wanted to develop a self-storage or actually you guys developed your grandparents developed apartments, right? Your parents, yeah. Parents and then grandparents. So apartments, yeah. So from the ground up, I'm scared of that. And I'm especially scared of that in this market because when you know what something cash flows at, that's when you're safe. It's when you don't. It's when you try to build from the ground up is when we're not as much. And what's really cool about that, hold on, okay, what's really cool, I want to make sure I'm on time and on track. I'm telling you, I put way too much information in this thing, so you're gonna, all right. I haven't even jumped into the manual yet, so let me jump in. Let's do this.